A former Parks Department employee in BC has struck up an unexpected friendship with a swan that's lived on the same pond for 25 years. But that relationship was put to the test this week when the swan was spotted on the side of the highway, bleeding and wounded. Here's Global's Claudia Seglash.
Hey, Duchess. It's a pretty girl. Yeah, you're gonna fall asleep on me.
The love between them is apparent.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl.
Ron Gibson makes no bones about it. The City of Vernon worker loves Duchess the Swan, and Duchess loves him right back.
It started about 15 years ago when I started with the park. She basically inherited me as her mate, and we started a relationship. I get big hugs from her whenever I go into the park, and wherever I am down there, she'll come and find me.
The former parks worker says Duchess would come running for him as soon as she saw his truck pulling into the park. She followed him everywhere, even staying by his side during coffee break.
I'd sit down beside the bridge down there, and I'd have a cup of water for her. She would lay down right beside me and have coffee break. And I'd tell her it's time to go back to work, and she'd get up, follow me back, and she's the best worker that we have down there. She loves picking up all the weeds and everything else and putting them in piles.
So you can imagine how upset Gibson was when early Monday morning he got a call that Duchess was hurt and bleeding on the side of the road. Gibson jumped in his truck and drove to Polson Park, where he found a distressed Duchess with an injury to her wing.
Duchess the Swan was returned back to the pond in Vernon's Polson Park on Friday afternoon. The swan, who has lived in the park for 25 years, was found near the highway last week with a damaged wing. A city employee named Ron Gibson helped to corral the swan, who was taken to a local animal hospital and treated. Now, Duchess is back home and seemingly as happy as ever. She was well loved by many residents in Vernon, but the longtime resident of Polson Park has passed away. Duchess the Swan graced the popular park for a quarter of a century, but this morning the big bird was found dead. The beloved bird had a deep connection with Vernon city worker Ron Gibson. Gibson took care of Duchess after she was discovered injured last Monday. She was treated and released back into her pond on Friday. But this morning at around 9 o'clock, city staff found her dead body floating in the water. Staff believe Duchess died because of the recent cold weather combined with the stress following her injury. The city of Vernon is currently working on details on how the swan will be memorialized.